I just wanted to show you the workflows that I created. I should open that first, but it's under the utility folder. I know it's not technically MB-Sync specific, so you could move it if you choose, but it's these three. So I'll just go through them real quick. So this one calculates the class count. The trigger is the class count, the mind body class count field changing. And if that changes, it will take the existing value of classes attended and add one to it, and then add it into classes attended again. So it just increments it by one. So that will keep incrementing over the course of a month. And the next one, which is related, is reset class count. So this one, if the class count changes, it will um, this is technical, but this is how you set up a, a date condition in the wait. So I set it to be the first of the month at 12 a.m. So on the first of the month at 12 a.m., it'll trigger this wait. It'll sit here until that time comes. And then when that time comes, it will update MTD classes attended to 0. So that's how it gets reset. So you can use that field. And then I added this one, which is triggered by a change of the MB visit total. So if the MB visit total changes, so that's set automatically by MindBody, it will take these two custom fields. It'll take import class count. So import class count is the field that you would update one time when you import whatever the class count value is. You would populate the field with that value. So it'll add that value to whatever the contact or the MB visit total value is. So this is a calculated value we get from MindBody. It'll be added to the import class count and stored in the total class count field. So you can always pull the value from total class count to be the most accurate one. So the logic is good. It should work. However, in testing, it's proven a little bit buggy. I'll show you one example of what I mean. So I've got uh, I've got my test ID, and when I ran the workflow, so I ran the. It seems like the total is working pretty well. See, it's 40 plus 2, so the total is 52. That seems to be working. But MB class count. So this is just incremented. It'll just be every time the field changes, it'll add one. I think it might just be delayed, actually. I think the number might be okay. It's just taking several minutes to update in some cases. So maybe I won't worry about it. Well, last time I looked at it, it said 8. Now it says 10. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong field. This is the one I care about. Yes, okay. This one is not incrementing. So this should be like 3 or 4 or 5 based on how many tests I've run, how many times I've updated this. So I'm updating this field. That should trigger the workflow. So I'll refresh, and it should increment the classes attended, MTD classes attended variable. And it's happening, it is getting set in the workflow, but it's not showing in the actual field. I'll show you what I mean if this ever refreshes. See, this is still 2, even though that field changed and should have triggered. We're still in the, I don't know why it would still be in this, but let's look at it. So it may be the workflows are going slow. I've got I'm in the queue for support right now, but ultimately I'm going to turn this over to you guys because this isn't one of our supported functions. It's an extra that I've spent too much time on already. but I'm just walking you through the logic. So this is the last time it ran. Yeah, this is just now. And it executed this math operation. And it took the current value, which is 2, and added 1. So it should be 3, but it's not. It's still 2, as we saw here. So I don't know why that operation is not working correctly. I'll need high level support, see if they answer. But that's where we are. That's how things are working. So the fields that you will care about the most are these three, all under additional info. So you'll populate this one time, and then for your workflows or automations, you would pull from total class count and pull from month to date classes attended. So hopefully that makes sense.